Good morning, everyone. So I am waiting on a phone call from a notary, not too far from me. I went last Friday and I gave her the paperwork for this PT Cruiser that my husband got me. I think it's been 2 Christmases back where he surprised me with this random car. The only issue is, one, I didn't realize there was a clean title to the car, and I thought that was gonna be an issue because he had bought it from a dealer, like somebody who takes scrap vehicles, and then sells them or scraps them. I didn't realize there was a clean title to the car. The next problem is it only seats 5, and as most of y'all know, I have 4 children. Myself and my husband make 6, so it doesn't seat all of us. It's a 07 PT Cruiser. It's in great condition. I did look at some car history yesterday on Google. I had just typed in car history free report, and there was an accident on the front bumper, which is pretty obvious when you look at it if you know what to look for. His car has been running. The miles that it had when the accident happened was 69,000. It now has 110,000 miles on it. So it's been driven, but I'm waiting for the lady to call me to go get the plate for it. She goes on Wednesday mornings to the DMV. They don't give paper plates here anymore unless you're a dealership. So I'm waiting for her to go to the DMV to get the paperwork. It's going to cost about $220 was the estimate that she gave me. But right now I'm headed to the Pull Apart. It is a scrapyard where you can go and you can get pieces off of old vehicles. Not sure if everyone has those, but we have a few here in Louisiana. There's a huge one in Texas that my husband has been to, but that's where I'm going. I can't remember what he asked me to go there for. Anyways, he asked me if I wanted to go with him to Pull Apart to look for a specific piece for it. But also in the back, there's these little spots where you can put like a net at, and something else, like just to have like added storage space in the back. And it didn't come with that. It wasn't in there, so I really want to go to the scrapyard, to the junkyard, and see if they have those pieces in the cars that are there. So I am really excited to get in this vehicle and drive it. I have an appointment tomorrow to go and replace the windshield. It has cracks in it. And I can't get an inspection sticker with the way that it is. So I need to go ahead and, I need to go to the scrapyard to see if they have a cap for the coolant for the car. So if I drove it right now without a cap on it, it would probably blow all the water out of it because it's not gonna have anything to hold it in. So I need a cap for the coolant for the water for the car. And they have lots of these cars there at the Pull Apart. So we're just gonna go and see what we can find, and hopefully I can find something that fits in the back of this car. I think it's really cool going and seeing all the vehicles and looking and seeing what you could possibly use that isn't in a car that you bought used. And plus I get to spend time with my husband. He works a lot, and when he's home, he doesn't really like to talk a whole lot. He doesn't really want to hang out. It's just not something that he does. He just wants to chill out and relax. So when we go out there today and hang out with each other, it's good for my heart, and I hope that it's good for his heart too, because I love him. So I'm headed there now. He's on his way there, but he's closer than I am, so I'll let y'all know. So it took me about 40 minutes to get from there to here because I stopped and recorded the first part of the video while I was at home. And then I had to stop on the side of the highway because my husband had opened the hood of my truck last night to look at something, and he left it open. So I was going like 55 down the highway, and I could see like the hood of my truck like jiggling. And I was like, the last thing I need is for that thing to open up and bust my windshield, because the last time we had a windshield replaced, it was like $120, and now it's $240. Ridiculous. So it's been a couple of years though. Can't remember what vehicle we had replaced it on, but it's been a while. So not happy to see that the price has gone up, because that car, I really need to get an inspection sticker on it so I can start driving it. But there's a crack along the very bottom of the window, along the top of the window, and then another one going straight down from the top to the bottom on the passenger side. Which one on the passenger side is fine, but that you can't have cracks going from one side to the other in your viewing area and get an inspection sticker. It won't pass. So I'm here. You can see I'm just in a parking lot. My husband told me, "Oh wow, you got here so fast." No, it's been 40 minutes like since I talked to him. And so he's not anywhere close to here. He's probably like 15-20 minutes from here, so I'm just waiting for him to get here. Okay, I just got home and I did find a board. They said it was like a cargo cover board, but I have it right back here. So that was $15 at the pull apart. And I got covers for my water coolant for the radiator. I got a cap for that. I got one hub cap. I'm missing two, but the cars that were there, some of them, even the ones that were like close to the same year, didn't have the same like tire in them. But I did find one. Let me see if I can find this in here. So I found this one. It says Chrysler. I don't know if it's the same one that I have in my car, but then I got these caps for the water, for the radiator and the motor, engine coolant. I got those caps. Then I went to O'Reilly's and I got an air filter, an oil filter, oil, coolant, antifreeze, and I got spark plugs and spark plug wires. The car's missing pretty bad. I also got a it's called a clutch cyclant sensor, I think. It basically tells the compressor for your air conditioner to cut on and off, and mine's not cutting on and off. I did ask my dad. My dad works at O'Reilly's, and I asked him last night, how do I know if that piece is bad? And he said, put it back on, tap it, and if it comes on, then that's the problem. So I turned the car on, he tapped it, that little sensor, and it came on. So it was working, but we just want to replace it since we know that it's bad. MPT Cruisers, after year 2006, they decided to take out all relays and fuses for your air conditioning and like wire it into your PCM. I don't know what all that means. All I know is that if it goes bad, if it's not working, it's something probably simple. I think we changed PCM or something, some kind of sensor or whatever for my husband's truck for that specific problem, the PCM, but his air conditioner wasn't connected to that issue. So let's go put everything into my car. I did get the plates, my registration. I just had to wait 7 to 10 days to get my title in the mail. So yeah, so there's these hubcaps on this side, but on the other side they are missing. And like I said, they only had this one on that specific car that I got this off of, but one is better than none, I guess, or 3 is better than 4, or 2, whatever. See, I need to get this piece back on here. I'm trying to figure out how this was on there. I'm not sure. It came off while I was holding it, because when I took it off the car, it was on there. see if I can figure this out. There, I got it. Okay, now open this hood. See if I can get this. Oh, bear with me. I gotta put that yellow thing up there. Okay, so got that opened. I think this just slips on to here. That's it. It's on there. And that's what I was missing. Now, this is the storage compartment cover, is what she had said. Get my key out. Car is pretty nice. I cleaned it out real good yesterday. So these light colors are kind of hanging off there, and I found out at the junkyard that there's actually a piece that goes on there, so that's broken. Okay, so this car, like, I think it originally came with a net to hook on here. Let's see if I can get this on. It's not the exact same color. Very close though, but it's not the exact same color. They did have one that was the exact same color, however, the back of that vehicle was locked, and I could not get it open because the hatchback was locked on it. Let me see. I think it goes in. Please fit. This thing was like $15. There, that's it. So now you have storage on top of here. You can put stuff on top of here, and then you can put stuff underneath there. And I think maybe you could possibly change it out and put it down here, maybe. Let's see. It's a tight fit. If you wanted it lower, you can put it there, and so you can put stuff underneath it and put stuff up here. So pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. Yeah, but it also comes with a net because it also has these things under here where you can connect a net to it, and then the nets can connect here and down there, and then they have another one down there. Yeah, so I'm gonna go make dinner. It's like 2:30 now. Yep, 2:30 exactly. And very excited about this. I do have an appointment at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning to get my windshield. Let me see if y'all can see it from the side. Yeah, so my windshield is cracked across like my viewing area, and then it's cracked down there as well. I thought it was cracked on that side. I guess that's a little piece that's coming up. But it is just two separate cracks. But the inside of this car is pretty nice. It's got 113,000 miles on it, which is not bad. But yeah, so I'm gonna drive this thing tomorrow and see how it does. My husband's gonna be home early today so he can change my spark plugs and wires because, like I said, it is missing. But it's a very nice car. The only downside is it doesn't fit all of my children in here with my husband and myself. So eventually I may get a bigger car. But I really like that this is a 4-cylinder, so it is a gas saver. Good morning. It is the next day. It is 10:30. I have an appointment about 10 minutes from here at a place to get my windshield changed. I did have an appointment at a place in Baton Rouge. However, they were charging $10 less. But I really don't want to drive that far. This car isn't driving great. We did change the AC clutch cycling sensor that's to make the compressor shut on and off. Even though we had tapped the one that's in there and it started functioning correctly, it still wasn't blowing cold air, even though we had put Freon in here. So now that I changed the piece, it is blowing cold air and it's working the way that it should. We changed the spark plugs. Well, there's 4 spark plugs in this car. We changed 3 of them because one of them is like stuck. Could not get it out for nothing. We may have to try to get it out another time, but those 3 spark plugs that were able to come out were changed, and we changed all the wires, changed the oil and the oil filter and the air filter. And we drove it last night, put some gas in it. My husband put 25 in it, and it was at 3/4, so almost full, which is good. This car is small. It's 4-cylinder. The truck that I drive is 8. It's a small truck, but I thought it was a 6-cylinder, but it's 8-cylinder. So it's using more gas than I need it to, which is why I don't want to get a vehicle that has more than 4 cylinders if I decide to sell this car. But right now, this car is perfect for going to doctor's appointments and appointments for me and my children, and just going to places that I don't need to have anything loaded in the back of my truck. I usually don't have anything in the back of my truck, but I do use it for hay and to move animals every once in a while. But for the most part, it's just me and my 4 kids. Eventually, if we go somewhere with my husband, we wouldn't be able to take this vehicle. But most of the time, he is at work, and so it's just me and the kids. So there's perfect space for all of us. But right now, I'm going to go get my windshield changed. I actually need to go get my rearview mirror because my husband broke the one that was in the truck, and now there's nothing in here, so I'm glad I looked at that. I just checked the tire pressure. That's good. One of the tires hasn't been holding air, but we put air in it at like 1 o'clock this morning to go and take a ride. Once I get my windshield replaced, I have to go get a sticker, an inspection sticker. And while I'm in town getting an inspection sticker, I'm going to go to Walmart and get some ground beef. I'm still doing kind of like a 1 big meal a day keto, the eat like a bear way of eating, but I'm making sure that I get mostly protein instead of just like empty calories or carbs. So most of it is coming from protein, and I feel okay with that. I feel okay eating this. I can go long periods of time without eating. Especially if I'm eating something very healthy and high in protein. So we have to start our day, but first I need to look at my rearview mirror. I have a mirror back in my car. It was originally in this car, but like I said, my husband had accidentally broke the other one. He says he didn't do it. He didn't know who did it. He asked me if I did it. I didn't break the mirror, but it was completely broke off the back, and so you couldn't like fix it. So he had just took the one out of here because we weren't using this vehicle. I'm just checking my mirrors, making sure everything's good. We did learn last night, the reason why I'm leaving a little early is because I can't just like be at a complete stop and then decide to pull out in front of anybody. I have to make sure that the roadway is clear before I go across the road. I have to go across the highway in order to get to this place, and then I'll have to pull out into the highway when I leave there. And so this car, when you come to a stop, it stalls before it starts going again. Not sure why. We really just think that it needs to be driven. I've had it for almost 2 years. 2 years on Christmas will make 2 years since I got this vehicle, and it has literally like, we drove around the neighborhood once because there's no plate or sticker on it, and we didn't have any reason to try to drive it since then, or any way to, because again, it didn't have a sticker or an inspection sticker, a plate or an inspection sticker. So it's just been sitting here for 2 years not being used, and so we've changed all these pieces. It's driving better than it was before we changed the pieces, but we really think it just needs to be opened up and driven. It's 10:53. My appointment is for 11. There is a truck underneath here getting its windshield replaced. This place had really good reviews. There's a place in New Roads that does inspection stickers and windshields, but I looked at the reviews on Google and they were really, really bad. So within the last 2 months, somebody went in and they taped up all the way around the seal of the windshield. And when he took it off 48 hours later, it was bubbled. So the seal was not good. I've never seen a company completely tape off the whole windshield. Usually it's just like two strips, one on each of the top corners. But yeah, his whole windshield was taped around the border of it where the seal is, and he went in, he got a free replacement done, and when he took it off 48 hours after that, the seal was even worse. So I decided not to go there. My husband did get his windshield replaced here once, and he had no issue. The reviews for this place, I'm at United Glassworks. It says Port Allen, but really this is like Irwinville. But the reviews are really good for this place, and it's like more of like a personally owned small business, like a family business. So I decided to come here. Like I said, it's $10 more here. However, my husband's been here. We've had good reviews. I do believe last time we went to, like, it's been a while, we went to the one in Baton Rouge, and they had repaired some rust or something on the vehicle. So, but I don't expect this to have any issues having the windshield replaced or anything. So it should be fine. So as you saw, I was sitting there at that table, and the guy had the hood up. He had popped some brackets off under the hood, and he went inside the office, and he did come back out for a couple minutes, and he came back out and he says, look, there was an issue, a mistake. They put your glass on the evening truck. It'll be here closer to 3 o'clock. I said, well, I have to be at home at 3 o'clock to get my baby off the bus. And he's like, well, it won't be exactly 3 o'clock, but he's going to call me whenever it gets there. I called my husband and let him know that the windshield wasn't put on the morning truck, it was put on the evening truck load. And he's like, was he going to, like, take off the price of you driving over there because you went over there and you were there on time? And I'm like, I didn't ask him that. I drove over there. I actually got out of bed because I had an appointment, because I was asleep. We were up till like almost 2 o'clock this morning working on this car, so I am tired. But I'm going to go inside and have some lunch. I need to go to New Roads and get some ground beef because it's too expensive at the store. So I went yesterday to the local store, and I usually get this sugar-free, like zero sugar ice drink. It's my favorite flavor is the pineapple coconut. And I usually pay $1 a piece. It's always $1 a piece everywhere you go. And I saw the sign and it said 4 for $5. And I was like, I really want this. And I was thinking, 4 for $5, that's like adding 25 cents on each bottle. Why would, and it says Deal Buster, like advertising this as this is a great deal. I mean, I don't understand it'd be a great deal if it was 5 for $4, but it's up $1 more than it would be for the whole amount. So you gotta watch those. This store actually, like, when their food goes on sale, their food is actually like at the price that it would be at a regular store. This local grocery store price gouges so bad, and because there's really like no other stores. There's another store about 10 minutes down the road, but people don't really go into that area. Or you can go to New Roads, which is like 25 minutes. But why would you want to go 25 minutes in a row whenever you have a store right here? They're high prices. It's ridiculous. Like at Walmart, you can get a jar of pickles for $4.99. Here, it's like almost $8. It's like $7.99. It's $3 more for a jar of pickles. So, crazy price. It's just ridiculous. I hate shopping here, so when I go into New Roads, I always try to go into Walmart. But I can't go to New Roads until this windshield's replaced because I have to get this sticker on this car. So, I'll let you know. Hopefully, he calls me and it's well before the kids get off the bus because I was gonna sit there for an hour to get this replaced. He told me just to find a seat. He offered to let me go inside because there's a waiting room, and I was like, let me just sit at this table where I can see him in my vehicle. So yeah, wasted trip, but it is what it is, and I'm not upset about it. But because I need to really drive this car a little bit. It drives really, really good. So it does pull real hard to the right, which that truck did the same thing. My husband complains about it. And I'm like, just put your hands on the steering wheel and don't let go. Just hold on to it. He's like, well, you shouldn't have to hold on to the steering wheel. I mean, I've been driving that truck for a while, and the suspension isn't great. So I'm used to it. It's not an issue for me. I don't really mind having to hold the steering wheel. But yeah, if I let go of it, it pulls real hard, like right off the road onto the right side. So, other than that, it drives really good. So. I finally got a windshield put in. I was done a little after, about 4:20 I was finished, and I decided to just drive down the road to the next town and see if there was any places open to do inspection. Google listed a huge list of places that were closing soon, some places that were already closed, so I got to the first place and it was closed. The door said it was closing at 5. All of their work doors were closed on the garage. The door was locked. The open sign was off, and it was only 4:30. So I went to the next place, and it was closed. Went to another place, and they were there, but they wouldn't do inspections. So I have to go back into town tomorrow to get this inspection sticker done. I wanted to go into town anyways to get some food from the Walmart, but it'll all be pushed off till tomorrow. So I just got dinner done. I had made some pork that I boiled in some, like a soup, and so that will be our dinner. So I'm going to end this video here. It has been a long day and I am exhausted, but I hope that y'all enjoy this and y'all be blessed. Bye.